Hello, everybody. Welcome to the United Stand. Welcome to another on-the-spot video. Just dropping, as always, we are bringing you everything that goes on with United. It has been mental recently, but we've got a here we go. Manchester United have got a here we go with a significant twist to it. I mean, the twist is that we're actually buying a midfielder. That is the biggest thing out of everything with Manchester United right now. We're buying a midfielder who is probably up there in what he does in terms of a holding midfield as the best that there is. A proven winner. He's won everything that there is to win at club level. And he's coming to Manchester United. That is all you need to know. That is everything that you need to know about what we're doing here and how Manchester United are moving in the transfer market. Oh, way too late, obviously. But Casemiro, he's on his way to Manchester United. Fabrizio Romano has just tweeted out, is a here we go, agreed 60 million, 10 million add-ons. That's in euros, everybody, as well. God knows what that contract is. It's going to be something astronomical, no doubt. But, guys, that's pretty much what we're doing. That's what we're talking about here. I've gone straight into it without really introducing the show. But this is what it's going to be like with United now. All of a sudden, I've just been listening to Mark there finish his show up there. It's like, are we supposed to forget about everything that's just happened at the football club because Manchester United has splashed out a bit of cash on a midfielder that we probably should have bought 6 years ago? No, we're not. But we have to report on what actually is happening. And the only exciting thing about this, besides everything else that's going on at the football club right now, is that Manchester United won't have to play McFred ever, ever, ever again. And by McFred, I mean at least one of them is going to be missing every single game now. We're never going to see that combination at Manchester United ever again, apart from probably Liverpool, where we will get absolutely annihilated on Monday night. But you got to look at it and go, well, at least for this season, at least for the foreseeable future, we are not going to have to look at Fred and McTominay's face as a combination in Man United's central midfield ever again. There's absolutely loads of tweets going out. Casemiro to Manchester United, done deal. Total agreement reached for Casemiro. He will sign with MUFC contract this afternoon. That's come from Madrid Extra. And J. Pedro, I can't remember. I don't even know how he wants that pronouncing. Santos, Rivello, and Madrid. It's mainly coming from Madrid Extra, to be honest, on their Twitter account. Everything that's come out. We knew this was happening, to be honest. It came out the blue. No one expected it, but it literally goes to show exactly what could have happened early on in the window. I mean, when you look at this and see how fast Manchester United have moved on this and got this deal done and over the line, it makes you think, like, what the hell have you been doing all summer? What have you been doing literally every single minute of the day? That is that's Manchester United in a nutshell. All summer, we looked at people doing business. We looked at other teams, basically getting everything done, getting everything in place. Manchester United, on the other hand, just have this arrogance about themselves where it'd be, well, we just do it our way. We do it the Manchester United way. Could we have got Casemiro in early on in the transfer window? Well, looking at this and the fact that Casemiro himself has said, look, I want a new challenge to Ancelotti, this could have been done and dusted. I do believe that Casemiro wasn't on Manchester United's list. This basically is covering the fact that we are not getting Frenkie de Jong now. That's it. That's everything you need to know about this deal. Frenkie de Jong is not coming to Manchester United. We splashed out another 60 million on Casemiro, and we're going to have to make do with a different sort of combination. Whether we bring anyone else in, there's rumours about 4 or 5 players coming into Manchester United. I doubt that. I do. I can definitely see the goalkeeper one. United love buying goalkeepers, as we know. I can definitely see that goalkeeper one. That is going to happen, basically. But everything else, I don't know. The forward, Hakpo, Anthony, we've seen that one die of death, even though we put a big bid in. But the main thing you've got to take from this, the main thing as a United fan you've got to take from this is, okay, we have actually gone and bought a renowned, best in class. It's debatable in terms of Casemiro and who else plays in that position, if there's anyone better. But Casemiro for Manchester United, we've actually gone and bought a Champions League winner straight out of the season when they've won the Champions League. And he's coming to Manchester United who are in the Europa League. Really? I didn't expect this to happen. I didn't expect a player of Casemiro's quality to be coming to United, going off how the rest of this transfer window has gone. We are literally at a stage where I didn't expect anyone to come in. I didn't expect us to manage to get anyone over the line. I didn't think it would have been possible for Manchester United with 2 weeks left of the window to attract a player of Casemiro's quality. Let's be honest. Let's be truthful now. No Manchester United fan seen this deal happening, considering how bad we've been all window, how long we've chased Frankie de Jong, and I think it was Samuel Luckhurst who put the tweet out earlier on. Today marks the 100th day that Manchester United had an interest or put down their interest in Frankie de Jong and started negotiating. 100 days of nothing. 100 days of a transfer window wasted. And now all of a sudden Manchester United are going, right, working overtime. Can you imagine if our recruitment team worked this hard and we're at it like this every single day from the minute the transfer window opened? It was like, if you just go into like panic mode, it's like Manchester United themselves as a football team. We go a goal behind. Well, not anymore. We used to go a goal behind and like reaction. There we go. Everyone's going crazy. It's going crazy. It's happening. It's happening. Here we go. Everyone switches on again. It's like Manchester United in the transfer window. It's like, oh, we just lost Frankie de Jong and now, oh no, hang on a minute. We're going to be like 3 games down the season, bottom of the league. We need to all of a sudden start reacting and working as we should every single day that is possible to us as a recruitment team. No, United do not work in any other way but their own. And this is the problem. This could have been done and dusted. We should have been looking at Casemiro and Frankie de Jong. We should have been saying to Barcelona, look, there's that extra 17 million. We're in desperate need because we've had an absolutely shocking season. We are going to have to do what is necessary to back our manager. We're going to pay that wage because we are a big club and we want to get back to where we want to be. That's what Manchester United should have done. We should have had Frankie de Jong done already. We still would have had money for another central midfielder, i.e. Casemiro now. A partnership of Casemiro and Frankie de Jong is a game changer. That's what United should have been working at. The fact that we didn't get Frankie de Jong is the only reason Casemiro's coming into this team. He's the best of what is available right now, and we've had to pay over the odds. Yeah, 30 years old. He's not the oldest player we've ever bought. His injury record is really good. What is it? 62 games he played in total last season for Real Madrid. Absolutely excellent. To be honest, if you said to me you're buying a player that's got 62 games in him of that quality, I'd be like clapping United. I'd be like, whoa, hang on a minute. We're actually going places. We look like we're actually acting like a big club for a change. But no, this is purely reactionary from the absolute ineptitude of this football club from earlier on in the transfer window. That's all it is. There's nothing else there. Yes, it's a player that definitely improves us. Yes, it's a player that takes McFred out of the window completely. And 100%, this is a player that Ten Hag will have to play. Now you've got a team that's got possibly Varane, Casemiro, and Martinez as that little diamond central defensive setup. It's exactly how I would go. I would not be looking at this in any other way if I was Ten Hag. Maguire, I'm sorry. There's a debate going on right now whether Maguire is going to be dropped. There's been reports that Ten Hag is definitely considering dropping Harry Maguire. Well, we're going to have to get a new captain from this, but essentially the most important thing is that Maguire isn't in that team. He's our weakest central defender. He is our weakest central defender. He offers us nothing at the moment at all in terms of how Ten Hag wants to play. Casemiro in front of Varane and Martinez, then you're talking a different ballgame altogether. It is a shame that we won't have this over the line in time for a Liverpool game. But you've got to also look at it and go, well, is it the right game just to throw someone into like that? Give him a little bit of time to get used, have a full week of training, then in he goes. That's what I would say. That's the best thing for Casemiro, I think. The fact that he's not coming straight into this Liverpool game. He's not met any of the team yet or anything like that. He would have had a day. And it would have got like the rabbit in the headlamps effect, pretty much like Martinez has had so far. But Casemiro coming in, another South American, yes, I know. And we haven't got the best record with them. But we are looking like we've got a bit of grit and determination within that central defensive area now. For me, I wouldn't be getting rid of Eric Bayer at all. I would be thinking that there's a chance there. We are not going to get what's happened to us in so many games so far, including the Brentford game where we were bullied. If you've got Varane and Eric Bayer, a Casemiro in your central defensive setup, Casemiro obviously in front of the defenders, then you are not going to get bullied. You're not going to get outfought, outstrengthed, and to be honest, the know-how. And I don't understand that. And I've said this all along. Why Varane is not starting games when he's fit is just absolutely criminal. I think Ten Hag is going to learn very, very quickly. I've not seen all of the press conference yet, but coming from it, he's obviously judging himself as well. I looked at Ten Hag's press conference and the little bits and snippets that I've seen from it so far as Ten Hag judging his own season so far and grading himself as some okay, but a lot not so good. That's a good thing. That to me leads to team selection and how best to work it. He's obviously going to have to adapt the style of play for the Liverpool game completely. Obviously, Casemiro will improve us, but he's not going to be playing. And our midfield options are thin, to say the least. So he's going to have to change that up. But Casemiro coming in there is absolutely immense for us as a team going forward. It adds great determination, experience, and know-how into the spine of the team. And 100% will help that defence. But that defence has to have Rafael Varane in it as well. I think the Real Madrid connection there and the know-how and experience that them two combined bring to this team is a must for Ten Hag now, and would only add more questions and more fuel to the fire of how much power and who is saying what at this football club if Ten Hag does not play Varane now. Honestly, he brought Martinez in. He's now brought Casemiro in. There is no reason why we are not seeing Rafael Varane, we're not seeing Martinez, and we're not seeing Casemiro in the team going forward. That's basically what we should be seeing right now. I'm just going to bring up a couple of the other tweets from the Casemiro. Casemiro medical expected today. That's from Telegraph, who's broke most of this story, to be honest. Ten Hag on Casemiro. I cannot tell you anything. That's come from the press conference today. And all these are on the United Stand Twitter feed as well, everybody. So do check them out. They are there if you want to get a little bit more information about what's going on. MUFC are not giving up on Anthony, like I just said then, in terms of another forward playoff. Romano said that obviously we all know there is that bid in there. If they're not giving up, where was this money earlier on in the summer, like I said? Because if you're going to have to go ahead and hire an 80 million euros, then clearly that money's there. What Steve Arnold was saying is there. Why haven't we acted early on in this transfer window and backed our manager? Why has Ten Hag not had everything at his disposal? Why has he not been able to make this squad mould together already in pre-season? I'll go back to the question I asked him when I said it in pre-season to him. He said himself it's a disadvantage to him that other teams have got their players in, that other teams are in position and are stronger than us because they've had the chance to integrate the new players. City, Chelsea, Liverpool, all new players on tour. We had no one. We had basically Malacia on the whole of the 3.5-week, 4-week tour. And obviously Martinez and Eriksen came in after that. But the fact that Ten Hag is literally clutching at straws right now with one deal over the line since the tour is absolutely... It's mental for a team and a club like Manchester United to be in this position. It's absolutely ludicrous that we're having to now go in for the likes of Casemiro just now, 2 weeks before the window closes, like I said. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, I want to get into what Casemiro brings more before we finish the show. I think Casemiro, like I said, it's that know-how. It's that winning mentality. And the more winners you add into the team, the better chance you've got of that spreading around the rest of the squad. That's what's important for Manchester United. We've got too many players that have won nothing, and I've seen nothing but mediocrity in this team, which is why I said Rafael Varane needs to be playing in this team. If he's fit, and everyone moans about his injury record, but if the guy's fit, he plays. Casemiro is exactly the same bracket. Will this be enough to trigger a reaction from Cristiano Ronaldo? I think that is the key question now. Will Ronaldo look at this and go, oh, hang on a minute, that's 2 Champions League winners that I've actually won everything with alongside in this team now. Surely that now is looking like Manchester United moving in a direction. This will breed confidence into the team. And like I said at the start, I just want to reiterate this and put this out there. This changes absolutely nothing There are people online at the moment on Twitter, on Instagram saying, why are we still not talking about the takeover? It doesn't matter what the Glazers do or how much they spend. At the end of the day, our day-to-day, our weekly routine is supporting this football team on the pitch. And bringing in Casemiro changes nothing to the outlook of what this football club is. Arnold's already said that the money was there aside. I still believe that we are going to have to sell some players to fund this Casemiro deal. So it takes nothing away from the slant and the angle we're going in on the Glazers at all. It takes nothing away from that. It's just an added bonus for United fans that we've got a quality player that, you know what, it'll add to the team, and it won't mean we're going to get embarrassed every single week, because you are not going to overpower Casemiro. He's not going to buckle under the pressure. He has been higher level than Manchester United. We've seen this with Rafael Varane. He's had the odd bad game, yes, but like I said, the more winners you bring in, the better chance you have got of spreading that sort of winning mentality amongst the other players in the squad who haven't seen that. That's what's important. You're adding winners, you're adding quality and experience to this team. Casemiro will add that grit. He will add that steely determination into that midfield. And then in fact, you're a Fred. Like I said, this is a fellow countryman. So does this mean that Fred now is probably more favourable? Fred's played on the international stage for Brazil, and he's a mainstay. Another South American coming into midfield. Do we go all South American now? Is it Fred? Is it Casemiro? Is Scott McTominay going to be knocked out of the team now? I personally believe that, and the rumours are, and it's like what people, the names that I've just mentioned in terms of journalists who are breaking this and tweeting this out now, are the same ones that are saying Manchester United are still in for another 4 players as well as Casemiro. We know it's going to be between Anthony and Hakpo in terms of that forward player. That's it. I think the club are pretty much putting their eggs in the Martial basket as a forward player. It does mean that we may have to see Rashford in a forward player. If we bring in another wide player, Sancho may go left. We may see a Hakpo. We may see an Anthony going out onto the right if this happens. I'm only saying Anthony now if you just joined the show because Romano has reiterated that United are not finished with Anthony, even though we've had an €18 million bid turned down. Romano has come out and said that. But it does mean that I think the forward will be a wide-thinking player rather than the centre-forward. Are they that confident that Ronaldo is going to stay? Is a move like this in the mindset of Manchester United's hierarchy of saying, right, we're bringing in, like I said, a player that's won everything alongside Ronaldo at Real Madrid to add to the steel that you've got with Rafael Varane and that winning mentality? Are they thinking that Casemiro can bring confidence into the likes of Fred, fellow countrymen, like I said, the combination in the middle? Can we build a new partnership up there? Can we release Fred further forward where he was more effective last season under Ralf Rangnick? Has Ten Hag looked at that and gone, I can play that. I can play Fred further forward now instead of McTominay. Fred can be the one that gets forward most part as the 5 and 6 prong attack. That's what it is. But what you have got here, and what we can't forget, is that Casemiro is an out-and-out destroying, holding midfielder. This is a momentous occasion for Manchester United because this is the first time in a decade we have bought the player that is needed for that position. This is no utility player. This is a man that's going to command that holding midfield role, stay there, and say, no one is taking my place. This is a master of his trade, not a jack of all trades, not a versatile player that can play here, there, and everywhere. Everyone knows how much I hate that style of player. But this is a man that's going to command that central role. He can't play anywhere else. He is just a master of that role. Something that Manchester United have missed for over a decade. And finally, it's took from the carnage which has been the start to this season, the disruption in Ten Hag's first pre-season at Manchester United. The first time we've gone into a season with a new manager where we've not spent hardly anywhere near enough money, having lost the quality that we lost. We've actually gone and bought a player that actually Manchester United need and suits that role. A player that is, like I said, in the top 5 in the world in that position of what he does. And you can argue all you want, there are better players there and whatnot. But this is a guy that's won Champions League after Champions League after Champions League. The best team in Europe, in the world, in fact, last season, this man played 62 games for. That's what Manchester United have just bought. And there's a load of stuff going on behind the scenes. The Glazers, this, everything else that's going on at the football club right now. But what you do have to accept, what you do have to look at in all of this is that Manchester United have just bought that player. How? I do not know. I feel like this has fallen into our lap again, pretty much like Varane did last year. The only time Real Madrid players leave is because, like Varane, let's see, he'd won everything. He has won everything there is to win, and he wanted a new challenge. Wanted something different, different culture. Wanted to play in the Premier League. He's won everything at Real Madrid. Casemiro's doing exactly the same thing as what Rafael Varane did. Casemiro has looked at it and gone, look, Rafa's gone there. Yeah, this is a team that's struggling. Everyone will know. Every player will know. And I've talked about this many a times already. If you're looking at it as a player, an up-and-coming player, you're not going to come to Manchester United. This is the bracket of player we're looking at now, 27 to 33, 34. That 7-year sort of gap in the age bracket, that's the sort of player that Manchester United are in the market for now. Obviously, Casemiro, at the age of 30, you've got at least 3 good years out of him, I think. With the record that he's got in terms of his injuries, like I said, 62 games last season, you're looking at and you're going, right, okay, 30, you have got a lot of time. You got a bit in him there. He's worth the 3-year contract, I would say. He's probably worth the wages. I mean, Manchester United fans are like, wow, how much money are we wasting on wages for certain players? Well, this is a guy at the peak of his powers, and we've bought him and give him a big wage. This is what Manchester United should be doing. This is what Manchester United should have been doing when we'd already built a team, when we'd built a strong team which is competing. It's the wrong time for Casemiro to come in personally, but he's won everything. So in fairness, you've got to say the football club has seen an opportunity and grasped it. It's fallen into their lap, yes. Like I said, Rafael Varane was exactly the same. But we took advantage of it. We got him in. We just agreed the deal. We said, it sounds like we've pretty much done exactly what Real Madrid wanted. We give him the price. With 1 year left in his contract. We give him the wage that he wants. We made it happen quick. It goes back to what I said earlier in terms of why we didn't do this earlier on in the summer and got more stable, and we were able to hit the ground running when the league started. It just absolutely, the mind boggles. It's stupid how we didn't get this deal done earlier, but it's in, it's done. We're going to have him for the Southampton game pretty much a week on Saturday. Good game to come into, yes, I think. Full week's training. Obviously, Southampton not pulling up trees at the moment. Easy to come in, but I do believe that Casemiro coming into this team is one thing. Ten Hag putting a team around him which suits him and where his level is even more important now. We cannot bring this is the problem with Ronaldo last year. You can't bring the best of the best into the team and then expect him to just do what he does. Ronaldo had to adapt his game mid-season last year. He went for a spare, it was about 2 goals in 12 games. Ronaldo went for a period like that. We know what quality Ronaldo is. We knew what he was bringing. You cannot expect that player then to just turn it on like he does in other clubs. He's come from the best. He's come from the best teams, the well-organised teams that are winning things. You can't expect Casemiro to come into this team unless Ten Hag builds a team around him, the best that we've got. That is Rafael Varane, Martinez or Bailly for me, behind him. The grit, the steel, the pace, the know-how. The midfield above that, that's up for debate, whether it's Eriksen, whether it's Donny van de Beek, whether it's Bruno Fernandes. And you've got Ronaldo in front of that. Out wide, they need to get their acts together. Jadon Sancho needs to start pulling his weight for me. Rashford, we know he's working harder, but his end product is shocking. Will the football club bringing in players like Casemiro have an effect on the likes of Rashford? I can't see it personally with the way Rashford is, but it breeds confidence because you've got that winning mentality coming in. I don't know how Casemiro is going to take to the Premier League. It's his first time ever. I don't think a player of that sort of quality and ilk will come in and think this is a retirement finish. I don't. I look at it and I go, he's come from a winning team. He's come from the highest level. And he's coming to Manchester United when we're at our lowest This is a challenge for him. How he reacts to that, we are going to see. The proof is in the pudding when it comes to it, obviously. But it's going to be a long, long road for Manchester United. These signings are the ones that we should be making, the ones United expected to make. I did not expect this to happen, I'm going to be honest. I said straight away when I heard this rumour that I've got so many fears of the Ramos scenario creeping back again. I do believe that we are going to get stung again by a big Spanish team. But it's not Barcelona. We know what our record's like with Barcelona when it comes to transfers. We've managed to get a couple of deals over the line from Real Madrid now. So, you know what? It is a positive day for Manchester United. With all the garbage going on, with everything that's happening with the football club now, the discontent within the fan base, obviously the noises, the leaks, everything that's going on, it is a good, positive day. You've got to say that. We had yesterday when we're looking like Sir Jim Ratcliffe is very interested in taking over the club. Don't think that this signing, and I'm going to finish with this, don't think that this signing is anyone moving away from the real problem, which is the Glazers. It's not. This is money that's there. It was there. We've made enough. We've saved enough in terms of wages. Manchester United have invested not the Glazers' money, the club's money, the money that the fans have put in. This takes us to what? About 124 million spent over the summer. Everyone said we needed to spend 200 million. It sounded like Arnold was hinting that there was about 200 million to spend. If Manchester United, like Fabrizio Romano says, are not out of the race for Antony, it does look like 200 million could be spent. Whether or not you agree that Antony's the right man, Hakpo's the right man in that forward line, that's up for debate on its own. But at the end of the day, if Manchester United go out and spend 200 million this summer, which is a possibility if what we're listening to is right, then you got to look at it and go, right, some fans are going to get swayed by that and just go, right, that's the Glazers, basically just doing what they can to stem the flow of hate towards them. It's gone too far. It doesn't matter what the Glazers spend this summer for me. I will still hold firm to that. I do believe that the Glazers need to be out of this football club. It's as simple as that. Too little, too late is how I would label it. Too little, too late from the Glazers. This should have been done and dusted. They had no intention of spending this money. Neither did anyone at the football club. It's all right them saying that the money was there, but until this season started and we had that absolute nightmare, which we've been watching the last couple of weeks on the pitch, this would not have happened. I guarantee it. They had full hopes pinned on Ten Hag, the tactician, not the magician, because that's how they branded him. He needed to be a magician to make this team work. Everybody knows that this has been a failing team for the last 3-4 years, dramatically. And they expected Ten Hag to come in and make it work. Only for the start now and everything that's happened, and it was probably the best start that we could have possibly had. I was hoping that Ten Hag was going to turn it round. I had no hope at all in him making top four, and I made that point very clear. Top four is overachieving no matter who comes in. All we needed to see was backing of the manager and a bit of progression on the pitch in the way that we play football. Well, now the way we're playing football is going to change. It will change because we haven't got one of Fred or McTominay. Who he decides to go with, if any. What about if he plays Eriksen next to Casemiro? You don't know. This could work out absolutely brilliantly for Manchester United fans. In terms of what we're watching, the bigger picture, like I said, and I'll finish the video up there in saying, excuse me, doesn't matter what the Glazers spend right now. They were fully prepared to throw the manager under the bus. It was only because of everything that's gone on in the news, the uproar from the fans, that we're seeing money spent right now. They found money from somewhere that was always there. Every football club, like Manchester United, can find a deal. Even when United didn't have the Glazer owners and we was on a strict budget, we found money for Wayne Rooney. That was budgeted for the year after. That was the year after transfer market. But we reacted because we're a big club. This isn't Manchester United acting like a big club. Yeah, you can say it is, and on paper it looks like it. Like I pretty much said before, and I'm not contradicting myself here at all in what I'm saying from the start of the show, but running out of breath. I do believe that this is reactional. just because of what's going on off the pitch. I don't believe this was a plan at all. I'm happy. I'm over the moon that we've got Casemiro because of the reasons I've said in this video and the quality that he brings. But this is reactional. It changes absolutely nothing about what's going on at this club and what's happening with the Glazers and how the fans need to come together and out this ownership. It's as simple as that. That's where I'm going to leave it. That's my opinion on that. Get your comments in below if you're watching this video. It is a surprise video midday. If you're working wherever you are and you're just watching it, get your comments in below. Casemiro, rate him in terms of Manchester United signings. He's got to be up there, especially over the last 10 years. I think in the last 10 years, this has to be one of Manchester United's best signings. It's a player that we actually need in that position. And he's the best in class in that position. It's proven. He's won everything. And he's coming from a Champions League winning double Real Madrid team to Manchester United in this state. Thank your lucky stars, Man United, that we have got a player in the midst of everything that's going on right now of that quality coming to United. Guys, that's it for today's video. Cheers for watching, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe to the United Stand as always. Thanks for watching. I will see you through the week and obviously on Monday. God help us. But that's it, people. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.